Welcome back to the Gamekeeper's Cottage Diaries. Welcome back to Gamekeeper's Cottage, and it's early October, first week of October, and this week we're going to be doing a bit more work on the stable renovation. So if you remember, back in late July, early August, we replaced the roof with this nice Onduline corrugated roofing. That's holding up well, we're getting no water coming through. Still haven't put the guttering back up on the front, but we have started painting. So as you can see here, well, maybe you can't, it's a bit dark, but we've painted this fascia board in a little black colour, and I'm going to be finishing the rest of this off today. But we have also started painting the underneath of the overhang here. We'll do that all the way along, and then the plan is to sand down the areas that we've filled on the front and carry on painting that. This will give you, there's only one coat, we need to go over it a bit more, but we're going with a colour called Ash Black. So we're going to totally change the stable from the standard brown colour to a nice black colour. And then the other thing that we've got to work on fairly quickly, because it's causing problems, and apologies for the security light here, but the top part of the wood needs a lot of work doing on it. So I have the wood, and the plan is to, over the next couple of days, to fix at least the top part. And I'll come back with some updates as we're working on it. But the idea is to at least get the top of this part of the stables at this end, and depending on time, maybe the other end as well replaced if we wander down this end. It's not so bad down here, but there are still a few gaps, so we're just going to replace the whole lot. I didn't think you want to watch me doing the actual painting, because it's probably only slightly less boring than watching paint dry, but the underside, if you can see it here, has been given a first coat with this nice Cuprinol Ash Black, still drying slightly so it looks a bit dodgy in places. And today we're going to be getting on with removing and replacing this top layer of wood. So I've got the scaffolding tower partially set up, and first job will be to remove the floodlight, and then to start removing the old wood and trying to transfer across some of the measurements to the new wood. So we're making some progress. I've got the first few bits up, I've been painting them as I go. The hardest bit is that the old wood is so rotten that it's actually rather difficult to tell how long the new pieces should be, so it's taken a bit longer than I would have hoped. We're now halfway through the replacement of these boards, and as you can see, it's looking a lot better than it did before. So today we'll be cracking on with the other half, which is actually the worst half. There might need to be some replacement of some of the timbers inside, as they look pretty rotten, but I'll have a look at those as I go. While I've been doing the replacement of the wood at the end, my wife has been doing a first coat of black paint on the actual front of the stables, which is also giving it a bit of improvement. And here is the finished tongue and groove cladding at the top at this end of the stable block. Whilst doing it, I also managed to fix the light sensor that we have at the top there, so that we now have lights around the stable that work during the night. The next task to do is the same job at the other end of the stables. So again, to replace all of this tongue and groove. That should be a lot easier because the wood is in a lot better state, so I can accurately measure how long I need it to be, whereas this time I was having to do a lot of guesswork. Back to this end, we will also fairly urgently have to replace the shiplap cladding, because as you can see there are a number of holes, and then obviously once that's done and we've painted it, this end of the stables will be complete.